Fellow Southern Cameroonians, I bring you greetings. Today is the 23rd day of the month of February, the year of our Lord 2018. I come to us to talk today within the backdrop of very serious happenings on the field. I know that there are a lot of people who are getting either confused or totally discouraged because of the news that is coming from the field, and perhaps even because of the crowds that they have seen taking part at the convention, the controversial convention of the Social Democratic Front, the SDF party. But I'd like to take this opportunity to draw our attention to the fact that this convention was very important in the history of the struggle, because we needed the opportunity of this convention for a lot of people to finally understand the role that John Frundi, all his cronies, and the Social Democratic Front have been playing as far as the problems of the people of Southern Cameroons are concerned. I know that there are a lot of people out there who from time immemorial never ever understood, never believed when we started complaining that the SDF was already going the other way. When we started complaining that the SDF was no longer people friendly. When we started complaining that it appeared that the SDF was no longer concerned about the plight of the people of the Southern Cameroons who sacrificed more than everyone else to give that party the stature that it was enjoying until this convention. I say until this convention because I'm sure Mr. Frundi himself knows that his political capital is finished, that his political capital has ended. I think he is convinced that if he lets things go, he will definitely mortgage the political future of his children. That is why he's ready to sacrifice all of us to ensure the political future of his children. But unfortunately, I think it has attracted an adverse effect. This particular convention has opened the eyes of many who never believed each time we told them that the salvation of the people of Southern Cameroons was no longer or could never ever be in the hands of the Social Democratic Front. When we even have sometimes complained that all the drama that we saw in Parliament was prearranged, that all the talks and all were not necessary, I must here doff my heart to Honorable Weber Joseph, who has remained true to himself, who has remained committed to the cause of the people, who has, against all odds, decided not, I say not, to listen to party hierarchy. And that is why he has fallen out with them so often than not. But Honorable Weber, I must remind you, you are a true patriot. You are a true fighter for the people of Southern Cameroons. And we will forever be grateful to you for all what you have been doing to advance this struggle. That said, the challenges before us are enormous, and this SDF convention has just x-rayed some of these challenges. I believe this convention is an opportunity for those who have been sleeping, for those who have been thinking that things could just happen overnight, to realize that we have no one to depend on. We have no one to count on. We have no one to turn to. That all those cronies, that all those old politicians have decided that we are now the common enemy, and have decided to sink their differences and come together to gang up against us. I think we can all see it very clearly, because I heard Mr. Njong Donatos, the mayor for Kumbo Council, appreciating the CPDM for making it possible for them to have the Congress Hall, and for making it possible that over 300 soldiers will guard them from the same people who have been killing themselves for them. And he said, a friend in need is a friend indeed. So they're sinking their differences and ganging up against us. That is not all. I sent out an audio in broken English in which I reminded everyone, and let us remind ourselves that this is a challenge we know will come. It's just that it took time to manifest. That Mr. Lele Lafrique, the governor of the Northwest, went from one meeting of the Bamileke community in the Northwest to the other. Physically, he didn't send emissaries, he didn't send envoys. He went in person from one meeting to the other to tell them the story that I brought to you in that audio. I will not repeat it because it will be taking us a lot of time here, but the summary of it is that he is mobilizing the Bamileke people in the northern zone to gang up against us. But like I said, I know that there are a lot of these Bamileke people in those areas who have no other home, who will never have any other place they will lay claim to as home than Ambazonia, who have been fighting by us. Some of them are even more spirited than us. I just want to make a conscious call to all of those ones not to relent in their participation in this struggle and to know that we are one, not to let the devil influence them. Although Mr. Lele Lafrique said all those who know they cannot be as soldiers should pack and leave the northern zone and go back and wait until when we're all annihilated, they can come back for property, and that those who will stay behind must be ready to be soldiers and work to collaborate sincerely and seriously with the forces of law and order. He fails to understand that we too have the networks that will enable us be able to identify these individuals. And I think that when we will be able to identify you, you will not like to live in our midst. You definitely have to pack and go. I am using this as a clarion call to urge our Bamileke brothers to remember that when in the UPC days, La République du Cameroon and the French were bent on wiping out all the Bamileke people, it is in our land that they found solace. If they are forgotten so soon, I wonder what else we can really say to who. Now, let me leave that one and move now to the next one. I'm lining up our challenges. Mr. John Frundi, in the eyes of some, was still an ally until yesterday. But I think today everyone can understand that we have not a single ally in the political class in Cameroon. Yes, in southern Cameroon, all the old cronies of both the CPDM and SDF cannot align with us. They will never be with us. They have definitely shown that they are completely against us. And let me bring out something so that we all see. We have heard Mfon Mukete in the past agitate, complain about language. His problem was marginalization at the level of language. But for the first time, we have seen him come out, and the French press pretends as if he's against the regime by coming out shouting and saying he is standing for a 10-state federation. And now, strangely enough, the SDF that has always been for federalism from day one, but had always talked about a 4-state federation, today is talking about a 10-state federation. I like everyone to open their eyes and see something. This is what is simply called effective decentralization. We have heard some people in the international community, we heard the German representative who met the head of state talk about effective decentralization as a solution to our problem. We have heard the French talk about effective decentralization as a solution to our problem. We have heard Mrs. Patricia Scotland of the Commonwealth talk about effective decentralization. This shows the gang up. Did we need to really have the youngest and most promising people in our community sacrificed in order to achieve effective decentralization that is enshrined in the constitution of that country? We didn't need to. Did we need to lose jobs, lose everything we work for, destroy whole villages, burn people alive in their homes to achieve this? Let us be consequential. Let us see the magnitude of the task that is before us. And I think an understanding of the magnitude of this task that is before us will make us begin to realize that we have no one that we can turn to. Let me draw some inspiration from Ray Gofford, who says there are 2 types of people who will tell you that you cannot make a difference in this world. You have those who are afraid that you could try, and those who are afraid that you will make it. Yes, those who are afraid that they can try and not make it will be so frustrated if they see you try and make it. This is the philosophy of the old cronies, like the Nijon Frundis, like the Von Muketes, like all the CBD and SDF parliamentarians, all those who are preparing to go for senatorial elections to prove to the world that we really have no problem, that it is only a little bunch of people based in the diaspora who are disturbing. This is the goal they hope to achieve, because they are afraid that by our insistence we may make it. My dear brothers and sisters, this is the time more than ever before for us, therefore, to sink our differences. All of us in this struggle have made mistakes. Yes, all of us have made mistakes. And a good lot of us have been threatened at some point with having to, get discouraged and downing our tools. No. I've received a lot of calls. I've received a lot of messages from people on ground zero say, but these you people's fighting abroad and all whatnot is killing our spirits. And look at what is happening on the ground. We are losing. Here we can also see the Francophones crying every day. You go to their forums, they are screaming. Over 400 soldiers have already died in this struggle. Is this worth all the trouble? The solution is from both ends. The only difference is they don't so much expose on social media as we do. But now let me draw our attention to this. Getting discouraged now is not the solution. I've prayed to God. I called on the Holy Spirit to possess me as I talk to you in this discussion, that we be able to understand that getting discouraged now will make our situation worse than it was before. All we need to do is understand that we have made mistakes and come together, sink our differences like these old cronies in the SDF and CPDM are doing. They all have differences, but they have told themselves the time to fight is no longer now, that they should come together first and destroy us before they can go sit down again and sort out their differences. That is exactly what we must do within our ranks. Let me draw from Colin Powell, who says there are no secrets to success. It is the result of preparation, hard work, and learning from failure. You understand? He says learning from failure. This is very important because we have failed in a lot of circumstances. Should those failures define us, or the knowledge we draw from those failures should become capital in us making the difference, going all the way and winning? I know we have been broken into camps. It is now a matter of them against us. I know that there are those who are considered angels and there are others who are considered demons. Whether they consider you an angel or they consider you a demon in this struggle, I don't care. All I care is that you need to understand that you don't have to look at what people think about you. Don't bother about what people say about you. Bother about what is in your mind. Bother about what you need to do to take us to where we have to get to. Millions of people, 8 million of them, are counting on us. Thousands of those who have already died are looking at us to avenge their death. A lot of those who have been maimed, those who have been mutilated, those who have lost every single property are looking up to us to be able to show them that all the sacrifices will never go in vain. Let us tap from the wisdom of Job in the Bible. Job had lost virtually everything, and the devil did not cease coming to mock at him, just like Mr. Frundi and other civilian politicians are mocking at our people, telling them, you see, those are people in the diaspora. Can they come together? They cannot unite. They are selfish. They are fighting for positions. They are power mongers. They are this and that. It is mere provocation. The devil did that to Job. Job resisted. Job was resilient. Job was determined. And if we look at it clearly, at the time Job would have given up, that is when his glory was coming. If they even turned Job's wife against him, but Job did not give up. Yes, they have turned us against us. Some of us have been called names. You look at me, they have said that my mother is from the West region. But those who know me know my mother and father are from Ashong. Do I need to bother about that? I don't care. I don't bloody give a damn. They have said that I negotiated to have my salary reinstated so that I should be taking money and giving information to Yaoundé. Do I bother? Those who know me so well, those who worked with me, those who have been operating with me know that the last time I had a salary was in January of 2017. Do I bloody need to come out there telling everybody that no, I'm not having salary anymore? I don't care. I don't give it a damn. All what I bother about is making sure that I continue to put in all the efforts that I should put in to guarantee that we get to Boya. This is what I'm proposing to each and every one of us. And I want us to tap from the wisdom of King Solomon. This time I'm talking to the interim government. While others will be dragging, and those in the interim government will be saying, oh no, the people are with us. We have the popularity. We have the yam and the knife. The people, the popularity is with us. If the other people won't, let them come and join us. No, 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 no. Tap into King Solomon's wisdom. When these two women came quarreling over a child, the other one whose child it wasn't said, accepted, divide the child into two. And King Solomon could understand that. The one said, no, 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 don't divide. I better know the child is alive and somewhere was the true owner of that child. I'm calling on the officials in the interim government. Do not bother what people will say. Don't mind what whoever says. Seek that necessary collaboration. Talk to everyone. Bring everyone on board. Let us sink our differences. Those of the ark, sink your pride. Let us come together. We don't absolutely need unity, but we need collaboration. We need that kind of collaboration which will make us get up in the morning, call one another and say, how about this happening there? How about that happening there? We need a kind of division of labor and specialization. We need to put our best seats together. We need to use our best heads. We need to ensure that the financial resources that we need will come when people know this money will flow in a lot. When people know that we are now working one, we have a common sense of purpose and that we have a common sense of direction. I am also by this opportunity urging all those who have the money, don't be stilty with it because it will be too late tomorrow. You will not have where to go and enjoy and relax with that money. A person without a country is not a person at all. Just like we used to say, that someone without a village, that's when everything was normal, is not a man. Please, let us sink our differences. Let us understand that we need that minimum cooperation and collaboration that should make us attain the ultimate objective. I am insisting on this because the senatorial elections that have been built for the 26th of March are a litmus test to this struggle. Forget about the SDF convention, that is nonsense. The litmus test are those elections. Are we going to keep fighting among ourselves? Are we going to keep throwing punches against each other? Are we going to maintain pride and let the sacrifices of our people come in vain? My dear brothers and sisters, the time to sink our pride, the time to ignore the insults, the time to ignore the name calling and do what is right, both in our sight and in the sight of God who ordained this struggle, is now. We don't have so much time. Let us arise wherever we are and do our best to make this struggle successful. That is the only way we shall be able to honor Sisikwa Yuktabe, Tassan Wilfred, and all those who are incarcerated. That is the only way we shall be able to make Mancho Bibixi, Penmulu proud of us. That is the only way we are going to make all of those who in their little way, wherever, have been sacrificing to be proud of us. That is the only way we are going to make Mama P, who was burnt in her house, to have a calm and gentle rest in the bosom of the Lord. But if we fail, we will have not only ourselves to blame, we would have destroyed millions of people. It were better we had not started. Let me remind us again of what Colin Powell says, that there are no secrets to success. It is the result of preparation, hard work, and learning from failure that will guarantee success. Let our failure not define us. Let those failures that we have recorded left and right not be the basis of total failure. Let those failures rather become the basis of greater collaboration, better planning, and eventual success. God is with us.